super, super runnable, and you're going to run really well. But we got to really be mindful of making sure you're getting in enough sodium, because you will be wearing your salt by the time you get to 18, 19 miles on Saturday. So let's be mindful of those kinds of things as we go in.
Move. If you know, then you know what I came here to do. If you know, then you know what I came here to do. If you know, then you know what I came here to do. Lock it down, turn it up, I'ma make a move.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Chasing Zion 100. We are currently in taper week. I feel like my voice sounds a little scratchy, but we are officially in taper week. It is Tuesday the 4th and we leave for Arizona on Thursday, so just in a couple of days. But first off, I'm wearing color. I feel like this is a little bit of a rare occurrence, but I am really excited to take you guys along for a full day of taper today. I am not sure what today is going to take me through, other than the fact that I do have what do I have? 8 miles? Yeah, so it'll be a 8x800 with a 2-mile warm up and a 2-mile cool down. So this is our longest run of taper week and the longest run that we have up until Mesa Marathon. So 8 miles of speed work on the calendar today, and then definitely some recovery and some self-care. And I'm excited to take y'all along for it. We are going to start off today, like we do most other days, with 1 scoop of BPN electrolytes in a glass of water. This is what I like to have every morning before doing some sort of carbohydrate. So this is going to be an interesting week because I definitely am going to be incorporating some carb loading starting tomorrow, so starting Wednesday. So it'll be carb loading Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, racing Saturday. So not just carb loading, but also electrolyte loading. So trying to optimize kind of what this week is going to look like is going to have a huge effect on my performance on Saturday. If you're racing, make sure to actually look at the week before your race and make sure that you're adequately fueling for that race and not just waiting until the day before, because carb loading should start a couple days before. Something that I'm also focusing on this taper week is trying to keep both mental and physical stress down. So in the past, I've made the mistake definitely of feeling like I'm not doing enough physically, so I just pack my entire day with a lot of work stuff or things that I feel like I've been putting off because I've been so physically tired that now that I'm not physically tired, I can do mentally. But in reality, mental fatigue is something that does have an impact on your overall cortisol levels, but also your overall stress levels and fatigue levels. So I want to make sure that I'm controlling that or keeping that as low as I can this week. Obviously, things happen and life happens, but it's my goal to try and keep things pretty light this week in general. So physically, mentally, all of the above. This is the first time that I've done a taper week for a road race like this. Last week was also a taper week, but I had 50 miles on the calendar. So past me would have been like, whoa, 50 miles is definitely not a taper week. But for me, I've definitely been able to handle the volume that this prep has put me through. I'm really excited to kind of be in a real taper week this week. Obviously, 8 miles with speed is definitely still a workout, but this is on Tuesday, so I'll have plenty of time to recover before Saturday. And actually tomorrow, Jeff gave me a full rest day, which I don't remember the last time that I had a rest day in the middle of the week, because since September, since after Leadville, I've been running 6 days a week. So that is an absolute treat for me this taper week. Hello.
Hey, just checking on you. Okay.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Just wanted to make sure you're doing good, make sure everything feels good, getting excited about Saturday.
I am doing good, and yeah, body's feeling really good, honestly, in this taper, so yeah, feeling really good. I'm going to start carbing up probably tomorrow, but I'm holding off for now.
And you're going to run really well, but we got to really be mindful of making sure you're getting in enough sodium, because you will be wearing your salt by the time you get to 18, 19 miles on Saturday. So let's be mindful of those kinds of things as we go in to this weekend, okay?
Okay.
It looks like, is this a 6 a.m. or a 6:30 a.m. start?
6:30 a.m.
Did you have you done your 800 yet today?
I'm doing it in about an hour and a half.
Okay, all right. Shoot me a text. Let me know how it goes. The paces are intentionally slow because we're done trying to run the 800s at the fast paces that you had been doing them in prior workouts. Yeah, man. All right. Hey, super proud, super pumped. You're rad. One day when I grow up, I want to be like the man.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Shoot me a text after you're done. Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
And then I think I gave you today off tomorrow, didn't I?
You did. What a treat.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's just about you carb loading and resting, and then we'll just go and jog easy on Thursday and Friday, and then you're just going to go to the starting line in the dark on Saturday, and we're going to run downhill to Scottsdale. Yeah?
Heck yeah. How funny is that I was literally just talking about that and he called me out of the blue. So funny. Okay, I'm gonna get some Bible study done, and actually Brennik is gonna be here to help me film in about an hour, so probably grab a little snack before he gets here. And yeah, that's today. You heard the man. Today is supposed to be relatively easy, relatively simple. We're not building fitness at this point, so cheers. Okay, so pre-workout, we're gonna have a Go Bar, which has 36 grams of carbohydrates, and then we are gonna have 2 scoops of G1M Sport, orange flavor, best flavor by far, and this is gonna add an additional 40 grams of carbs. So together we have 76 grams of carbs for today's workout. This is gonna be very similar to what we do before the race on Saturday. So we've practiced this, you guys know, for months and months and months, so this is nothing new, but always fueling our workouts is 100% essential, and especially in taper week, going into our sessions fueled is gonna be super crucial. So I'm gonna down this, and then we're gonna get to our workout. We're throwing on the race shoes, the New Balance Super Comp Elites. I was deciding between these and the Adidas Adios 4s, but I think I'm gonna race in these. So popping these on for speed work today. It's kind of windy, so you might get the hair flowing from this footage, but should be good.
We gonna run it now, number one now, never backing down, we want it all. We gonna shut it down, come on bring it now, never slowing down, we want it all. Been through the fire, we put in the hours, now we got the power, yeah, we want it all. So we gonna run it now, number one now, coming for the crown, we want it all. We want it all. Come on now, come on bring it, we want it all. Don't you run now, bring it. Pack on ride and we about to fly. Look at my eyes and you'll see the drive. Jump off these ropes, throw on these bows. Showing no mercy cause I am so cold. Show some respect, step in the ring. I've been dreaming of all the pain I'm about to bring. I am the hit man, what you thinking? Don't you play with me, I am the kingpin. We gon' ride on, passion and purpose what I'm on. Got my hands on your neck like a python. Now they playing my song, give me the belt, I'm an icon.
So these are at 7-minute pace, which recently all of my speed's been at like 6:30, and I'm still going out too hot and having a conversation, so slow down. There we go. 7-minute pace. What a world that 7-minute pace is comfortable for me. That's so crazy.
For the crown, we want it all. We want it all. Come on now, come on, bring it. We want it all. Yeah. Don't you run now, bring it. We want it
all. These headwinds and hills are good metaphors for life. We face all types of headwinds and hills in our life, and the better suited we are to be able to endure these things, the better and happier and more joyful our life becomes. When we stop relying on life to be easy, instead we power through and approach obstacles and stuff head on. That's how we get better. That's how we become better people. So Last little bit of recovery into our next 800.
We want it all, so we gonna run it now. Number one now, coming for the crown. We want it all. We want it all. Come on now, come on, bring it. We want it all. Don't you run now, bring it. We want it all.
Can you grab some water before we go to our next interval? Cafe to go, Joe. All right, back to it. I had a nightmare the other night that I showed up to race day. I didn't have my race shoes. I didn't have nutrition, so no gels or GM, and I showed up completely fasted, so no fuel in my stomach. Oh, and also 7 minutes late to the start line. So if you are wondering where my head is currently at for my race, that is what is happening. Just some pre-race anxiety, no biggie.
A runner's nightmare.
Literally a runner's nightmare.
You should've known you're not staying. The victory's ours for the taking. What were you thinking? Bring all you want, we not breaking. Left in my hands while you shaking. The victory's ours for the taking. We gonna run it now, number one now. Never backing down, we want it all. We gonna shut it down, come on, bring it now. Never slowing down, we want it all. Been through the fire, we put in the hours. Now we got the power, yeah, we want it all. So we gonna run it now, number one now. Coming for the crown, we want it all. We want it all. Come on now, come on, bring it. We want it all. Don't you run now, bring it. We want it all.
Workout is completed. I'm gonna finish up my cool down here and meet you guys back at home for some food. See y'all later. So we have the sauna all heated up for me. This is a huge thing that I use for recovery. It is definitely number one on the list for me. I feel like when I utilize the sauna on a regular basis, my body just recovers a lot better. And in general, I just feel better. And yeah, it's just also has so many other benefits for longevity than just recovery from athletics. So we are gonna pop in, stay in here for about 20 minutes. I have to take my necklace off because it gets way too stinking hot, but we have the sauna set right now to be right around 200 degrees. So I'm gonna roast in here for a little bit. I did eat some breakfast, or not breakfast, I did eat some lunch a little bit earlier. I didn't film it because I was so hungry and then I had a meeting. But what I did have was elk with rice that you guys have seen me eat a million times before. So wasn't even really that interesting. But Carb Up starts tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Some things that I'm gonna prioritize are having carbohydrates without a lot of fiber or fat. So we got rice checks from the grocery store and dried mango. That's another good one. Definitely a little bit higher in fiber, but I'm really excited to start carving up tomorrow and maybe feel a little bit better for recovery. But I'm gonna get the camera out here because it's gonna roast, but see you guys in a bit. Okay, post sauna and cold plunge, I am gonna sit in that spot over there and do my hyper ice boots. I do have a meeting that I have to take and also have some work to do. So honestly, the best time to do all of that is when I'm stuck sitting in one place, which is generally if I'm doing some sort of recovery like my hyper ice boots. So I'm gonna sit in those, take my meeting, do some multitasking of recovery and work. It's kind of the best of both worlds. So I have had a few people ask if these are worth it. And when I tell you I sit in these every single day for at least 45 minutes, I'm not lying. So in my opinion, they are worth it. I love them. I use them all the time. If you're not gonna use them all the time, probably not worth it. But I definitely love them and I notice the difference when I do utilize them. So we actually have the regular size boots, and I will say I could probably utilize the small boots because there's a lot of bunching in the nether regions, and I'll show you what I do to fix that. But honestly, having the large ones fits my husband, so we get away with kind of the best of both worlds. So make sure that that's all locked in, and you can actually start it from your phone, which I appreciate. Also, this is not sponsored by any means, so just so you know, all this is my own experience. I'm not paid to say this. I don't have an affiliation or a partnership with them at all, but they do have an app, which I feel like is really helpful. So you can connect to it via remote, connect devices, and it pops it up. And when you connect to it, you can change the intensity of the pressure and also can change the locations in which it is filling with air. So we have a leg attachment. I always do intensity level 6, and the reason why is because if I do 7, it actually can pop open, which is kind of maybe like a faulty boot, but I've had that issue in the past, so I just go with 6. And then active zones is how I make these boots fit me. I just turn it to zone 4. So I remove the top zone, which makes it so this part doesn't fill with air, and it makes it so it doesn't like hurt my nether region. So that's kind of how I fix it. I'm gonna pop in here for 45 minutes so I can get some work done and take my meeting. But that's kind of the gist of the Normatec boots. I really do like them. I will be taking these to Zion 100 as well as obviously to Leadville 100 for recovery, but I do love them. Unsponsored review and follow up for those who are asking. Okay, we are free from our Normatec boots. I definitely ended up sitting in these for 2 sessions because my work just went way longer than it needed to. This is kind of the hard thing about taper weeks is I feel like somehow they just end up so much busier work-wise, and I have a little bit more energy to be able to invest in it, so I just pack my whole schedule full of things like that, even though we're supposed to be resting mentally as well. So definitely didn't necessarily win on that front, but I did get a lot of work done. So I'm very happy about that. I am trying to drink as much water as I can today, tomorrow, and then until Saturday, basically. So I do have electrolytes in this. I also had some more rice from earlier. And yeah, we're just honestly working on carbon up, trying to feel more recovered. I'm gonna put a hard stop on my work tonight by like 7. This is something that I need to be better about, is just boundary setting with my work. It's really easy right now because I am working with quite a few different brands to feel like I just have so much on my plate all the time, and people reach out to me at 11 p.m. and I just need to set good work boundaries for myself. And even if you don't work with brands or if you work from home, etc., I think it's really important to set good boundaries for yourself because the work will never be 100% done. But just because there's more work to do doesn't mean it all needs to be done right now. And I feel like sometimes because my job is a little bit all over the place that I feel very overwhelmed by just like the long list of never ending things to do. It just never feels like there's enough time in the day. So that's kind of where I'm at. But taper week is not supposed to be focused on that. It's supposed to be focused on recovery. So very happy about my leg session there. I am probably going to do another round of this before I go to bed tonight. But for now, that was a solid sesh. So we are currently off to a local little IV infusion center called Fika to get an IV before race day. Obviously, this is a luxury, a little bit of a bougie thing to do, but honestly, for me, it makes a big difference and really does help with overall hydration. So I hope they have glutathione there because that's something I want to add in, but we're headed there now. It's pretty icky out. We've had our inversion back. So if you aren't from Utah, we have inversion here basically, which means that all the air pollution gets stuck in between our mountains because we don't have proper airflow outside of the mountains to push that pollution out of it. So we've been sitting in it for a couple of days. It's a little icky, so I want to make sure that we're priming the body well for the marathon on Saturday. So we're gonna go to Fika. See y'all there.
About you in the morning, looking over my shoulder. Time it moves slowly when everyone's watching. Had any of you told me this was a part of the story, I wouldn't have believed it. Not for a moment.
All right, we are gonna go, I feel like you guys have seen me in like 7 different outfits today, but we are gonna go have some dinner with some friends. So I'm gonna close out the video here. I'm gonna have another one of these juices just to follow up from last week's video. I'm obsessed with these still, these Suja immunity juices. not sponsored, just really been liking them. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video, a little chaotic day of taper. I'm so excited to race this race on Saturday, and I cannot wait to film, edit, post video for you guys of actual race day. So make sure to stay tuned for next Monday. And as always, let me know what you guys are training for in the comments below so we can all support each other along for our individual preps. I love watching this little YouTube fam grow. And if I see you guys on race day, make sure to come up and say hi. But I'll catch you guys next time. Stay unbreakable.